Ready. Play.
Well, I mean, you could argue that this is due to the pressure that was there, because Iga, the last second serve return on that side, she hit it for a winner. And now Rybakina makes double faults, match point down. She is quite frustrated about it. I would have to see the replay, whether she slammed her racket against the ground or not, or whether it was just like a big swing. But, obviously not the way that she wanted to finish the match. I'm not sure if she even had any double faults before, to be honest. But yeah, Iga did attack her second serve return there just previously. So yeah, Iga gets the win, 6-2 and 7-5. In the end, I guess a touch more comfortable than we would have expected, especially that opening set, right? Because as I said at the beginning of the stream, I think Noskova and Rybakina, they are pretty similar players in terms of how they can approach this matchup. But it wasn't quite like it. Like it wasn't the same kind of tension that that Rybakina was putting her under. And I think that was maybe a little surprising, especially when Elena was just like looking so slow on her feet early on, and Iga was comfortable extending the rally. It was definitely a good performance from her in this regard, playing a little bit smarter than we are used to seeing from her in this matchup. And that was the same case at the United Cup, of course. But yeah, I mean, she was just like getting Elena on the stretch so easily. It wasn't the same nervous play as in the first set tiebreak against Noskova. But then the second set, yeah, obviously much more competitive. She didn't take some breakpoints early, kind of got herself into trouble. But in the end, of course, she has to be pretty proud of this. And yeah, I mean, she's still the main tournament favorite, 100%. I am hearing something in the background. So yeah,
Yes, you are. I just thought I'd join for a little bit
yeah, yeah.
post match, especially as it was straight sets rather than three. I do feel as though there might be a few regrets though for Rybakina. I mean, she was a breakup, wasn't she, in that second set? The slow start, I found that a bit inexplicable. I was actually thinking when it was a double break in the first set, I thought I would come back from my little break to find that there was another break or even a double break advantage for Iga in the second set. So I was a little bit surprised how Elena turned that around because, yeah, that slow start was a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, she was just looking very slow on her feet.
Yeah,
I was even
sluggish.
thinking, I don't think I expressed it, but I was even thinking, like, is she fit? Is she
Yeah,
100%?
I actually
But
wrote it in the
she
chat,
clearly
Damien.
was.
I wrote it very, I said whisper it, but she looks a bit under the weather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which with any other player, you would just, you just mention it. Hi, Nerlan, by the way. You just mention it, wouldn't you? But we have to be a little, aware of some of the sensitivities right now around Elena. I mean, as you rightly said, we have no idea what's going on. That is a separate show. But regarding Iga, though, I mean, it's back on track. If there was a bit of a wobble against Noskova, what was it? I heard you talking about. What was the comparison you were making between the Noskova match and today's match with Rybakina?
No, I was just thinking, like, in this matchup, Rybakina and Noskova, like, they're pretty much the same, right? In terms of how they're going to attack Swiatek. It's the same, like, big serve, second serve return should be a major thing that they can target. And then they're just hitting powerful flat shots of both wings. They don't move that well. But I guess, yeah, that for some reason, Rybakina just didn't really pressure Swiatek as much. Maybe it was also the fact that, yeah, she had that slow start and she just had time to like settle into this one. Yeah, of course, second set it could have gone both ways, but you also have to remember that there were these like many breakpoints at the beginning of the first set, second set, where Iga could have just like gotten it back to level terms even back then. So in the end, I mean, I think you just hinted at that, but like, yeah, it's a performance that like gets her back on track really in terms of this event. Whereas after the Noskova match, you could have thought, okay, like she's facing a lot of difficult opposition from here. It's a court where usually she's gonna be like very comfortable against big pace, but not really against Noskova. Now she's shown that, well, she's back there. She's like still the tournament favorite. Of course, I'm not saying there aren't any threats remaining. Of course, Ostapenko, still that head-to-head is so incredible, and we would love to see if this is, just going to change or not. If Yelena is going to somehow play just magnificent against her once more. We'll see if she gets there. Alexandrova is also one of the toughest matchups on tour for Swiatek when she's playing well. Of course, beat her last year in Miami. So I'm not saying that the threats are just like gone with this, but this was kind of like not a mini final yet, but they were probably the two strongest players left in the draw.
Yeah, I don't quite know where we are with Elena either, in that she's probably sort of getting the results that suggest a sort of solid top 10 finish for her this year, you know, a few quarterfinals here and there. But I think she'll obviously be aiming higher than that. So in terms of her level, the last two matches against Swiatek, and of course Swiatek would have been, I guess, 4-2 down in the head-to-head, and now it's 4-all in the space of just over a month. So,
also, 3 hardcore meetings, that she's won. Interestingly, It's not clay that she dominates in this rivalry. I mean, 4 hardcore meetings. In fact, it's 4 hardcore meetings that she's won.
Iga's lost twice on clay, right? Rome and
yeah, Stuttgart and Rome.
Stuttgart.
Rome, of course, retirement, so like you kind of
Yeah.
have to factor that. But 4 wins, 4 on hardcourts, and the last 3 hardcourt meetings she's won between them. So that's kind of interesting.
Where would you get stats from, by the way, for this match? Because I went on the WTA website and it just told me.
Yeah, WTA website is useless, but you can just go flash score maybe. But I don't know if there's gonna be winners or unforced errors there. But they were on my screen just now.
Yeah, they were on mine too. My internet is clearly not super solid to maintain 2 streams at the same time, one with you and one, because the screen is there and I've paused it, but it's blurry. So I can see 13 for Iga and 11 for Rybakina. I guess that would be, is that winners, do you reckon, or unforced errors?
That's probably forehand winners. And then there was unforced errors. It was like 30 and 40, I think. Rybakina winning less than 60% of her service points. Yeah, not too many comfortable holds. I mean, even when she was 4-2 up, she was after these two where she was like 15-40 and love 40 down, right? And would I say that Ryba is more agile than Noskova? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they have similar issues in terms of their footwork and defending, but like today, Swiatek was not able to put Noskova on the back foot at all. Like she wasn't able to open up the court against her. And against Elena in the opening set, it was just so easy. She was just constantly on the stretch and barely getting these shots back. I don't know. I was surprised by the contrast. Definitely, I think they're more similar than this. I don't know if I would say she's more agile, to be honest.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.